Breaking transfer news. Guys, let's talk transfer. A lot of things are happening in the transfer market. Yes, first of all, let's first talk Arsenal because Arsenal agreed a deal to sign Eberechi Eze. And again, Manchester United have blown Newcastle to the water for Benjamin Sesko. So a lot of things are happening right now. So let's talk about Arsenal and the Eberechi Eze. What is going on? You know, Arsenal have been approaching Arsenal have approached Eberechi Eze and his camp. Eze have already agreed terms to join Arsenal. But the sticking point is Arsenal and the Crystal Palace. But the news coming out today is claiming that Arsenal and the Crystal Palace have now reached agreement in upfront payment because Arsenal have already approached Crystal Palace before, but Crystal Palace told Arsenal that they must pay 35 to 30 million pounds upfront, then the rest will be in installment. But now, the news coming out today is claiming that Arsenal has already agreed upfront payment. That means how much they are going to pay Crystal Palace upfront. The rest will be in installment. If that should be the case, that means Arsenal and Crystal Palace has now agreed a deal to sign Eze. Remember, personal terms are not problem because Eze have already agreed to join Arsenal. He's already accept Arsenal project and Arsenal proposal. So now the news is that Arsenal and Crystal Palace are going to finalize a deal on Sunday after Crystal Palace will play Manchester City in the Community Shield. So after the Community Shield on Sunday, Arsenal and Crystal Palace are going to finalize the deal for Eberechi Eze. That means Eze is going to Arsenal. According to Ben Jacob, he said that Arsenal and Eze have already reached agreement as far back as 2-3 weeks ago. It's remain Arsenal and the Crystal Palace. And the sticking point is that Arsenal want to sell first before they can sign Eze. But now, Arsenal are going close to selling what is his name again? Fabio Vieira, Rhys Nelson, and even Zinchenko. So a lot of clubs are coming and asking for these players, and Arsenal are willing to cash in. So let's watch and see how this one is going to work out between now and the weekend. That is for Ebere Eze. So there's a very good hope that Arsenal are going to finalize the deal before the weekend. Then, now let's talk about Gabriel Martinelli. Majority of Arsenal fans have been shouting for Martinelli to be sold. According to the news today, Aston Villa has made a proposal for Arsenal to sign Gabriel Martinelli. But Arsenal told them no. Martinelli is not for sale. Yes, if Arsenal must consider selling Martinelli, it must be a bid around 70 plus add-ons. That means Arsenal are not ready to sell Gabriel Martinelli because Arteta likes him, Arteta wants him, Arteta likes the way he plays and the work he did in the club. So Arsenal are not willing to sell Gabriel Martinelli. Another interesting news today is that it's Manchester United, Newcastle, Benjamin Sesko. Yes, since last week, the news has been going around. Benjamin Sesko has agreed terms with Newcastle. Newcastle has agreed to sign Benjamin Sesko. But today, according to David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, Ben Jacob, they all have confirmed that Benjamin Sesko has clearly told Newcastle he is joining Manchester United. According to David Ornstein, claiming that full agreement has been reached between Manchester United and Benjamin Sesko. Although RB Leipzig want to accept Newcastle offer because Newcastle bid is more higher than Manchester United. But the news, according to Fabrizio Romano, according to Evan Ornstein, according to Ben Jacob and other top journalists, they have claimed that Sesko are only want to join Manchester United, not Newcastle. Newcastle are doing everything within their power to convince the player. The proposal they give to Sesko is way bigger than Manchester United. The money they put on table for Leipzig is way bigger than Manchester United. But at the end of the day, player holds the power to determine where he will going to play next season, which shirt he's going to be wearing next season. So as things stands now, Manchester United have agreed personal terms. According to David Ornstein, they are now advancing to Leipzig to agree a total deal. What does this mean? Newcastle has out of the race. Already, it's not clear yet because Leipzig have not yet accepted Manchester United proposal. So Newcastle still hoping, but their hope is now very slim because the player has made it very clear to them that he's only want to join Manchester United. This is very domino effect because this deal is going to affect Liverpool and Alexander Isak. Now, all the top strikers in the market, they are all gone. So before Newcastle will now agree to sell Alexander Isak, they have to sign a replacement, which is problem since the starting of the window. Now, Newcastle hold interest for Chelsea, Nicholas Jackson, and the Aston Villa striker. But now, Aston Villa has told Newcastle that they are not willing to sell. The only option Newcastle have now is to approach Chelsea with Jackson. Jackson are not prolific striker. Jackson are not in the same level with Sesko and Oli Walkers and the other top strikers Newcastle are trying to sign this season. So let's watch and see how this one is going to affect Alexander Isak. Newcastle might turn around and say, no, Isak, whether you like it or not, we are not going to let you go. Whether you are happy or you're not happy, we are not going to let you go. Let me tell you, after the season, if Isak still remains at Newcastle, he will focus and play. And news is that Newcastle have already offered him a contract proposal with a buy option from next season. Isak turned it down. So at the end of the season, if Newcastle can't get a like-to-like replacement, they are going to accept and tell Isak is not for sale. So let's watch and see how this one is going to watch out. Please, if you are not yet subscribed, please subscribe, like, and share. Don't forget we are here every day to give you the latest update on the transfer market.